actually had the idea this morning or last night, or I don't remember when it was. The important part is that I decided that it was a bad idea. Trying to merge this YouTube channel with my legit YouTube channel, which is unfortunately it's not as close to being able to be monetized as I'd hoped. I'm at about 10%. Now, considering the amount of effort I've put into that channel, the fact that I'm 10% of the way to monetization is actually pretty amazing, because for the last, well, since I opened the channel 6 years ago, all I did was upload my raw videos of car stuff, going out in the Jeep or autocrossing or whatever. A lot of the videos didn't even have titles. They just were, GoPro 124 and then next thing you know, I got a video that's got 96,000 views, and I guess maybe YouTube has changed the algorithm so that they're favoring some of the older channels and suggesting the content, whatever. Not gonna lie, I got stars in my eyes when I saw that happening, because although I have no illusions about making any kind of money on YouTube, I do know that people make money on YouTube, my little brother being one of them. Does it on the side. But the content for an automotive channel can be expensive. And when I say expensive, I'm not talking about buying or renting fancy cars to test or installing expensive parts. I'm talking about like putting gas in the car, or buying an extra battery for my GoPro, because I only get about between 8 and 10 minutes recording time. Actually, I have the cord stuck in the side of my GoPro, and it's held to my dash with a spring clamp, because it has to be plugged in while I'm using it, or little things like that, that once you become really poor, become barriers to doing lots of things. I was looking at some great projects on Kijiji. If I had $5,000, there's a couple of really great projects that I could do, how-tos, that nobody else on Kijiji has done. Lots of people have done them, but they would be things of pretty broad interest, like how to convert a vehicle from an automatic to a manual transmission. Done that lots of times. There's some really great examples of cars to do that to for cheap, but I can't. I've crossed the event horizon of poverty, and for those of you who aren't familiar with the event horizon, it's part of a black hole. I'm not a physicist. I took high school physics. I took one physics course in university. I don't remember if I passed or failed, but what I'm telling you is very much a layman's interpretation of a concept that I truly don't have the education or mental capacity to grasp. So if you're a physicist and you're listening to this and I get it wrong, by all means correct me, because because every time someone corrects me, the story gets longer and more boring, but more correct. Anyway, the event horizon is the point at which you, once you cross it, you're basically irretrievably lost to the black hole. A lot of really cool things change as far as time dilation and the effects of gravity and your perception of time, how things would appear as an observer. Grammarly, help. An observer on the event horizon, watching somebody at a safe distance, and vice versa. It's really, it's a neat concept. Basically, once you cross the event horizon, you're fucked. But I mean, if you're in outer space, you're fucked anyway, right? There's a lot of other more practical perils that would kill you. Although interestingly enough, you may not even perceive your own demise, depending on what actually happens with your perception of time beyond the horizon. But anyway, poverty has kind of an event horizon where once you cross it, barring some miraculous disproportionate increase in your income, if you're like most people and you got to work more hours, you're minimum wage or thereabouts, once you cross this point, or maybe you were never that far beyond it, maybe you've always lived on the horizon or beyond the horizon, which is probably most often the case. But for me, I crossed it, and some interesting things happen once you reach this point. And this is kind of a convenient place to stop because I'm just pulling into the pharmacy for my tasty treats of the day. A little Suboxone to keep me, I don't want to say alive, keep me stable, or I don't know what you want to call it. But anyway, that's where I'm going. And when I come back, I'll tell you what I mean. Nobody ever did say what camera angle they liked better. That's because nobody watches my videos and nobody comments. My life sucks. So, and I didn't check the preview, so you might be staring at my balls for all I know. Tickles. Oh, that stuff burns. That nicotine spray burns. Maybe you're not supposed to spray it in your eyes and nose. I should read the instructions. Event horizon of poverty, or the poverty event horizon, or the poverty horizon advent calendar, poverty advent calendar. I think I'm onto something. Excuse me. You've all seen it. This is not a new concept, and you're gonna groan when I tell you, because you're gonna be like, well, duh, everybody knows that. But once you get to a certain level of poverty, well, the quickest way I can explain it is you stop going to Costco. Come on, you old fuck. I'll get out of my car and, yeah, it's right, look in your mirror. Yeah, I'm giving you dirty looks. Why don't you watch the road ahead of you instead of your rear view fucking mirror, and not worry about me swearing at you, and worry about driving, and I won't swear at you. And drag you out of the car and fucking drag you to the town square. Do you like this? See? I don't know if you can see this. This is one of the things I keep in the car. It's good for those drive-by hookings. Just put your window down, reach out, see what you can get. So, if I go to the pharmacy, and these numbers are completely fabricated, but they're just to prove a point, illustrate a point. I can get 18 Tylenol for $5.99. So if I have a headache, I can spend $6 and I can get 18 pills that'll last me for a few headaches. But if I want to spend $16, I can get 100. And you think, okay, well, it's $10. Clearly it's a better deal, but I need that $10 to buy something else. I want to buy cereal for my kids, so I can get a 525 gram box of honeycomb for $3.99, or for $6.99 I can get a 1.2 kilogram box. What is the better deal? You see where I'm going with this? One of my favorites that just came to mind recently, you get a parking ticket. Okay, so your meter expires because you're poor and you don't have change. Park your car. Your meter runs up, you get your ticket. A lot of places, like here, if you pay your ticket within 24 hours, it's $15. If you pay your ticket after 24 hours, it's $30. It doubles. So, if you get this ticket with this, what's implicit in this, if you pay it within 24 hours, you have a Visa, a MasterCard, a bank card, some means to pay it online. People who are poor often don't have access to those things, or their account might be in overdraft like mine is. All my credit cards were frozen years ago because I couldn't pay them. So essentially, you get a parking ticket, it's a two-tier system. Rich people, and you don't have to be very rich. I'm not saying stinking rich, but $15. Poor people, you pay $30. There's no other way to cut that. There's no other way to look at that. Now, the argument from the municipality is, well, you know, we don't have to send out a notice of violation, and it's, you know, we don't have to carry it on receivable. You know, I get it. I ran a business. Anytime you can get paid up front or get paid early is better than getting paid late. Does that make it okay to say And then, if you want to take it a step further, let's say you are really rich, you go to court yourself or hire a lawyer, and you'll get it thrown out. Odds are you'll get it thrown out just by showing up. You go in, you tell the judge, and I've spent enough time in court, I can tell you this happens. You dress nicely, explain your situation. I'm an upstanding member of the community. Whatever, the meter was frozen, I put the money in, honest to God, or I helped save a drowning baby. They'll throw it out. They don't care. It's $15. So you kind of have this 3-tier system, and it's ubiquitous. It's everywhere. Buy in bulk and save. Well, who are the people who can buy in bulk? The people who have money. So the people who have money can save. You take that equation and you just change, buy in bulk and save money. Who buys in bulk? People who can afford to buy in bulk. Who can't afford to buy in bulk? Poor people. Poor people cannot save money. Poor people do not save. Like, that is, I'm not altering that idea in any way, shape, or form. I'm just, it's like algebra. V equals IR. So, your voltage, your amp, and your resistance, and you can rearrange those three to calculate for any one. Like, as long as you know two of them, and we know two of them. We know buying in quantity saves. And we know that is in fact how it goes. And we know who can buy in bulk and who can't. So you rearrange V equals IR. Poor people can't save. They don't get the benefit of saving the money. And it's everywhere. And you want to know something else? Here's another one. I was watching some stupid cops show on TV at a friend's place, because I have neither a TV nor cable. I don't have a wall to hang a TV on. And that's funny, I never would have thought that I would say someday anything about having a wall to hang a TV on. Isn't that weird? So, the guy gets pulled over. Why does he get pulled over? Because he's got a headlight out. Okay, well, that's against the law. You have to have functioning headlights, right? Who is more likely to have a headlight burned out on their car? Somebody who is poor? Somebody who is not poor? So, Buddy gets pulled over because he has a light out. Well, next thing you know, Officer Donut Gut thinks he smells marijuana. And he starts running a background check. He starts running, checks on everybody in the car. And then he starts taking the car apart. He finds I don't know, what do you call them, a roach? I'm not a marijuana dude, as I've said before. So then, this guy gets arrested. Now, are poor people the only people that smoke marijuana? No, I don't think so. I can look up the demographics because it's legal in enough places that I can find out. So, the guy with the newer car that doesn't have the headlight burned out and is smoking marijuana in his car doesn't get pulled over, doesn't get arrested, doesn't get fined. do you see the problem here? Let me know. I'm not proposing any solution at this point, or suggesting that even that it shouldn't be this way. I'm only asking, do you agree? Like, do you see what I'm saying? And we will go from there.